So the idea of primary secondary source was just was important because the argument I was making was that pointing out the error that Kendi was making is that he does a poor job. Well, he's a terrible historian, so his historiography is terrible. Historiography is the study of historical writing, and so studying the artifacts. So looking at primary sources in light of the secondary sources, and so I make the argument that he flips it. Actually, that's the problem. He flips it. He makes the secondary primary and the primary secondary, and I explain why in the paper. But yeah, it's the breakdown is basically the primary source is like the eyewitness account, and the documentation comes in the form of artwork, diary, letters. And the reason why primary sources are important is because they give us an honest account of history, right? So they're free from the pressure of political correctness. And then the secondary source is one step removed from the primary source. So this is where people use the primary source to inform their opinions or study them. So they give their own interpretation of the events of based on the primary source. And this is very important to note that there's a way that a person can give commentary on a primary source in a way that's biased, intentionally doing so and aware of their biases and being able to point it out. And then there's a way to give commentary that is not biased. And the way to, and this comes, and for Christians who are listening, we know what that is. That's exegesis, right? Exegesis comes from the science of literature, which is called hermeneutics. And so, as Christians, we are a people of the book. We have a book of. It's not just a book of history, the Bible, but it's not just a book of theology, but it's also a history book. And we study history every day. If you're reading your Bible every day, and it's a historical account, and we're handling a primary source. And then when we go to our commentaries, there's some of them are secondary sources. And so we're really good at knowing how to handle and interpret historical texts. And this is where exegesis comes in. You have exegesis and you have eisegesis. Eisegesis is reading your opinions into the text, and exegesis is having the text speak for itself and letting it speak for itself. And so there is the basic idea is that, you could put your opinion into the text, or you can let the text speak for itself. And that's the difference between putting your the subjective and the objective interpretation of a text. And so Kendi drops the ball on that in his inability, or not, I wouldn't say inability, but I guess he hasn't taken the time to look at the primary sources on capitalism as written and documented by those who he's claiming to be against and trying to stop.
Please subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. If you liked or disliked the snippet, give it a like and share your 2 cents with us in the comment section. And remember, 6 cents makes change.